Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I felt like stomping in on this one.
All right.
You know, we're always so gentle in our introduction.
War. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
I just said it. The fuck do I have to say it twice for?
Why do I always have to repeat myself with you?
That's like the lather, rinse, repeat cycle. Like, taken literally, you'll just never stop shampooing.
Yes. You'll
Like,
just
until you die.
You're still in the shower right now shampooing your hair.
Yeah, right.
It's like, have you seen that video of, or it's not a video. Wow, my brain is weird. It's a story.
Okay.
Not even a visual media
Okay.
of Jenny Lawson, also known as the Blogus, who her dad would take in wild animals, and they had raccoons for a while, and the raccoons like washing things.
Yeah, right.
And it had a bar of soap, and it was a full bar when they left. And when
Yeah.
they came home, there was like barely anything left.
The thing was
And
just exhausted.
The
right?
raccoon looked exhausted, but wouldn't let anyone take the soap away. And it was washing the bar of soap in the
so
sink.
weird.
That's what it made me think
You almost
of.
feel bad for him.
Yeah, but he like would not let anyone take it. She used it as a metaphor for herself when she's trying to do too much and gets exhausted, but doesn't want to like let anything go.
Yeah. I can relate to that raccoon.
Yeah, me too.
I can relate to most raccoons.
I am quite a bit like trash pandas.
They get me. I don't know.
Maybe you get them. I don't know if
No,
they get you.
they get me.
Okay.
All right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No taking in trash pandas, please.
So, it is another episode. It is our 74th episode of Goose Chase.
Yes. You know, the weird thing is like we keep doing this and the number just keeps getting higher.
It's freaking me out, man. It's like spooky.
It's a weird coincidence. It's like every time we do it, the number gets
I
higher.
don't understand it. I mean, how's
I don't know how it keeps happening.
me either? What's new?
Basic math and counting, guys. So last week I said I might be a little phlegmy, and
Yes.
although Aubrey said I didn't sound too phlegmy,
I don't think you sounded very phlegmy.
but did I sound Flemish?
You certainly didn't sound Flemish. I would have known because I wouldn't have understood what you were saying.
I ended up going to urgent care.
Yep.
And having to get antibiotics.
Yeah. Pump her
And
full of antibiotics.
Yeah. And as soon as I started taking them, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
So I had a sinus infection. It wasn't anything major. It just wasn't going away. It was like a week. And
Yeah. Well,
normally,
you said it started to migrate into the lungs, right?
yeah, like it went into my chest. And
Yeah.
usually when I have sinus infections, it like goes into my ears and it's just like in my head. Like I'm very congested for a while and eventually it goes away.
Yeah.
But it freaked me out because you had bronchitis that turned into pneumonia.
Yeah.
And because it immediately was like draining into my chest and I was having like the gross phlegm coughs, I was like, oh no, like if this doesn't go away, like it's going to get really bad. And it could have.
PSA, take care of that shit.
Yeah. It could have had I not gone and like taken care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But after a week, I was just like, I was losing my voice because I was coughing so much.
Yeah.
That was finally why I was like, I need to do something. I ended up missing roller derby because I couldn't talk and felt like crap. So I was like, I can't do that. But yeah, I'm better now. I'm still on the antibiotics. I am going to take the full course because that's what you should do, even if you're feeling better.
Yes.
You take the full course of antibiotics.
Yes.
We don't want superbugs.
Yes. Don't breed super germs that kill us all.
Yes.
Take your pills.
Take them all. Even if they upset your tummy, eat with them. And if you can't take them the way the doctor prescribes, like you can't take it 3 times a day, still finish the full course.
You know, you really sound like you're talking to a person right now. You just conveyed a lot of like concern in your voice. Like I kind of believed it. I'm like, oh shit, okay.
It's because I work in a pharmacy. Mm-hmm. And you have no idea the number of phone calls of people that are like, I have antibiotics left from 2 years ago. Are those still good? I'm like, you shouldn't have those left. Why did you not take them? I know they're not good 2 years later. Don't take those. And you don't even know if what you have is a virus or something you need antibiotics for.
Yeah.
Crazy people. Don't self-diagnose and just take random antibiotics.
I think the other day was that national day where you give back all your unused medication to the police or whatever. And then they presumably sell it. Right? Or take it themselves. I don't know which. But that was recently. I didn't do that because I don't have any pills laying around. But if I did, it's too late anyway. So why am I talking about it?
There is like that one day a year, but
Yeah.
you can also turn them in other times. It's not like the only opportunity you have. I believe the Austintown Police Department has a drop off all the time or certain times of the week. Most police departments have some arrangement. And then the Boardman Walgreens has a drop off as well. This has been Pharmacy Talk information.
Yeah, enough about
time.
pills. What else we got?
But I love talking about pills.
Yes.
The other day I woke up with the thought, danger coconut in my head.
Right. Now explain what that meant to you.
Well, at the time, it very little, because I just woke up with it in my head. And I was like, why am I waking up with danger coconut in my head? Like, there was no image associated with it. It wasn't like I had a dream about it. It was just I woke up thinking danger coconut.
That's real weird.
I have no idea why.
Yeah.
So I immediately went to one of our group texts with our friends and texted, guys, I just woke up thinking danger coconut.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? What's wrong with me?
But you did cook
now,
up a good backstory. A good story for danger coconut, what it is.
I can't remember what, just like the like spy assassin thing.
Yeah, it's just
I have this idea that like danger coconut is actually responsible for all the bad crazy stuff that's happened in history, like assassinations.
Bay of Pigs.
Yeah, it's all danger coconut. If you look real close at documentation, like if you look real close at photos, you'll see danger coconut in the background.
Danger coconut did 9/11.
Danger coconut, danger coconut.
I like this idea. This is gonna be a photo series project for us.
Yes.
Because why not?
It's something weird to do. Danger coconut.
Danger coconut. I like danger coconut. I feel like I understand it.
Yeah. It was a weird thing to wake up to, but also very enjoyable.
Yeah. A lot of the time that stuff from like that lucid period of when you're just waking up, a lot of that stuff just goes away.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to hold on
It was
to one.
because it was so weird, and it was like the first thing I thought of, and it was weird enough that I was like, nah, I gotta like talk about that.
Yeah.
Normally I'll have like thoughts like that, and like you said, I just like forget them.
Yeah.
But that was weird enough. I had to remember it.
We have still not seen Endgame. This is starting to be a problem for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer we can avoid the spoilers.
We need to see it soon.
We have to see it. It's coming up on like a week since it's been out, right?
Yeah. We were going to go see it over the weekend, but then I was sick and I was like, might not be able to get tickets because it's like so many people are going because it's still like opening weekend. And like I was sick and I didn't want to be around that many people, even though I wasn't contagious. I just like didn't want to be around people and still coughing and stuff. And I was like, probably not the best idea.
It's also like a huge movie, right?
Yeah. And it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah,
like
that's not the kind of movie you go to when you're not feeling so hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to see it. We have to because everyone has seen it. Seemingly.
There's a moth in that lamp.
Ew, yeah.
I just like, you did not just see my reaction to it. I was like flinching because I saw it in my periphery.
He's all right. He's a good dude.
Well, it was just, I didn't know he was there. And then he flew like the top edge of my peripheral vision and I like flinched visibly, but you were looking down.
This has been Christy's Moth Report.
I'm going to keep tabs on it throughout the episode and just let you guys know what it's doing. I know you're concerned.
This can be your McDouble watch.
Except I don't want to eat that moth.
Well, no. I don't want to eat McDonald's.
Well, true. McDonald's is not in our lamp right now.
I had a moment of near weakness last week. I pulled into the McDonald's drive-thru, and then I realized the line was just longer than I was willing to tolerate, and I was like,
nope.
Thank God I have a reason to say no to this, and left. God, I hate them so much.
That's a good thing.
What else?
I don't got that much.
Yeah, me either, really. I don't know. Game of Thrones is still hype.
Yep.
We shouldn't probably spoil things
No.
on this podcast
No
in case people
spoilers.
haven't seen it. It's awesome, though.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
The internet has found reasons to be mad at it anyway because
Of course,
it's the internet.
It's the internet.
And it's the worst. But
I'm just gonna come out there and say that those opinions are stupid.
I'm here to invalidate their opinion.
I'm I'm usually about validation, but I'm invalidating those opinions.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It just seems like it's like a lot of petty stuff.
Also, just let people enjoy things.
Yeah. Like, enjoying things isn't cool anymore, apparently. Like, it's way cooler to be like, well, this used to be good.
This has been around forever.
Yeah.
This is a thing, we put a word to people who feel this way, and that is hipsters. But it's not, they weren't the first time. The popularization of that term was not the origination of people being too cool for shit.
Right.
Just because something is popular, it doesn't mean it's bad. Don't shit on something that makes people happy. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
But if other people are happy about it and talking about it, that might be the only thing in their life that's making them happy right now. Just let them fucking have it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's, you never know. That could be just someone's one thing.
And there's so much miserable shit happening right now. Just let
people be
them
distracted.
have that thing.
Yeah, just let people be distracted with what makes them happy.
What's wrong with you? Just let us have our things.
Yeah.
I'm taking away their thing of shitting on people to make them feel better.
Yeah, I don't know, Christy. It just doesn't seem fair. The thing they like is to shit on your thing. I mean, you should really respect that.
They can still shit on it, just not in front of me.
The Christy Davenport story.
That's a good one. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, that's a gross one. That's super gross. Well, what the heck? What the heck? Why don't we,
Is it time for that thing that we do sometimes?
it seems a little early, but screw it. I think there's a game we ought to be playing.
Oh, yes. That famous game.
That famous game. God, I'm starting to get tired of saying that. I'm going to find a way to fall in love with that joke again. But it is time for Truths and Fruits.
News.
You mean to tell me why you wouldn't happen to mean
It's time for Truths and
happen to me.
Fruits.
Time to play Truths and Fruits. Everyone's playing our famous game, the game that's taking the internet by storm.
It's time for Truths and Fruits.
A Merv Griffin production.
That's right. It is time for Truths and Fnews.
That's right. And Truths and Fnews is a little game where I will tell you one true news headline and two false news headlines, Truths and Fnews, and you will tell me which one you think is the true one.
All right. You mean the truths.
The truths.
Avoiding, of course,
If
the
you
false
will.
one.
Avoiding the Fnews.
The Fnews.
Yeah.
God. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but I'm just realizing exactly how dumb this is.
You called it that. This is your fault.
I know. But it's just right now, it's just starting to dawn on me. It's like that thing of what are you doing with your life?
74 episodes in, it's finally dawning on you?
Yup.
Over a year?
I have great regret.
Man, that's a real learning curve. That's a real lag time there.
I have deep regret. I am ashamed of myself.
You should be.
I am. All right. Well,
Let's start.
let's play.
Sorry, gonna cough my lungs out. First one. After too many close calls and with the encouragement of his family, famed storm chaser Reed Timmer is now chasing rainbows. Literally.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Second one. Man who turned coworkers' offices into ball pits fired, charged with vandalism.
Oh, wow.
Third one. Suspicious object leads police to shut down State Street, but it was just the can of Chef Boyardee on wheels. There's that moth went over there.
I was distracted by the moth.
Do you need me to say that one again?
No, I got it. Oh, you're going to recap them anyway.
Yeah.
I got it. But that is very dumb if real. We'll say that. Yeah, so let's get him again. Let's hear him one more time.
After too many close calls and with the encouragement of his family, famed storm chaser Reed Timmer is now chasing rainbows, literally.
God, I hope that... Okay. I love all of these.
I thought of the fake ones in the shower this morning, and I'm pretty proud of them. Man who turned coworkers' offices into ball pits, fired, charged with vandalism.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And lastly, suspicious object leads police to shut down State Street, but it was just a can of Chef Boyardee on wheels.
What even does that mean? I'm like trying to picture like it's a can of Chef Boyardee with wheels on it, but why? That is so curious. Wow. This is the hardest one in a long time. Okay, so I want to think Rainbow Chaser isn't real because, like, how long could you do that before you're like, oh, it's just anywhere there was rain already and I don't have to go all over the place. Right. Please tell me that guy's not doing that. Okay, so number 2, the ball pit thing seems real. It seems super real. Like I can see someone doing that, but getting fired and charged with vandalism. You said charged.
Yeah.
Like a crime. Wow. And then the question is, could you have possibly thought of a can of Chef Boyardee on wheels? That's the $1 million question. Did you come up with a can of Chef Boyardee with wheels on it? Oh my God. This is a really good one.
My brain is dark and full of terrors.
Danger coconut.
Danger coconut. Yeah. If I could think of danger coconut, I could think of a can of Chef Boyardee on wheels.
Christ.
And I wasn't even trying to think of danger coconut.
No, that just...
Imagine when I put some effort into it.
You just plucked danger coconut out of the ether.
Yep.
All right. I am shit. All right. I am going
You are shit?
I am shit. I am going to guess it's number 2. Ball pit guy.
Ball pit guy is the right guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you're wrong.
No! Shut up. Is it Chef Boyardee?
It's Chef Boyardee
Shut
on wheels,
the fuck
naturally.
up. No. How?
I'll read it to you.
Oh my, no, that's so weird. Oh my God. All right.
Police had to clear a downtown street on Tuesday due to a suspicious object, only to learn the object was a can of Chef Boyardee attached to skate wheels, naturally.
Okay.
At noon, officers saw the suspicious object in the street in the 200 block of South State Street. Oh, this is in Chicago, said Officer Michael Carroll, a Chicago police spokesman.
Wow.
Out of an abundance of caution, that's in quotes, officers blocked traffic and shut down operations at the nearby CTA Red Line station. Photos from Eric Tendian, who tweets about crime in Chicago, took photos of the object, which appeared to be a Chef Boyardee can attached to wheels.
But why?
Officers investigated the object and spoke to witnesses, then let traffic and trains return to normal. Turns out a DePaul University student made the car prototype for a design class and put it on State Street to take a photo. The student, a 19-year-old man, was ticketed for disorderly conduct and breach of peace, police said.
That's ridiculous.
He was scheduled to appear in court on June 10th. The incident led to people sharing jokes about the can online, such as, suspicious package at 247 South State Street and pedestrian traffic now blocked off. And then the response to that is artist rendition of suspect, and it's just the cartoon picture of Chef Boyardee.
That's amazing.
When Eric Tendian updated on Twitter, this is just a toy per a professor at DePaul. CWB Chicago responded, a DePaul class project? Give that student a Chef Boyardee minus.
Wow. Even the police got in on the joke.
Well,
Was it the police?
It was CWB Chicago, presumably like a news outlet.
Oh.
Someone posted they closed down a downtown street for mobile ravioli. Someone said lunch delivery has changed.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds, first of all, if that's your class project, that sounds really dumb.
I thought that maybe it was supposed to be like a a prototype for like a remote control kind of thing, but they didn't say that. But it does appear to have kind of like an antenna thing off the back of it. I understand why it looked like a suspicious package. It looks like something maybe someone was trying to make a bomb out of a can.
Well, here's the other thing is anything like that, you kind of have to take seriously because one time it might be somebody's like improvised bomb.
Yeah.
You kind of have to treat it like it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, that's when people realize
And you
they
know
can do
what's
that.
scarier than an improvised bomb? An improvised bomb on wheels.
Yeah. Yes.
It could just project itself? I don't know.
You just drive it right to where you want to go and you don't even have to be nearby.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the real one. Chef Boyardee on wheels. I didn't even realize it was in Chicago. That makes it so much better.
Wow. Wow, you busted me. You busted me. The
You
ball
dumb
pit thing.
busted.
The ball pit thing seemed so real. I'm sure I'm sure people have done that
Yeah.
and maybe even been fired, but maybe not charged.
So the story I have in my head, because I always have a background story for everything. I don't know if you guys know that, but I have like a story for all this stuff.
Wow, I don't do that.
Like it's not like fully flushed out, but if I wanted to write an article like about it, I could write an article about it. Like it's in my head, like some of the details at least.
You put way more work into
So-
this than I do.
It just happens. I think it's because of the way I used to write songs. Like the way I write is just it's just the way it works in my head.
Okay.
Like there's more details in my head than what I put into the song and like a whole backstory.
Okay.
Same thing with these. It just happens. So my backstory for that is that he as a prank, filled his coworkers' like cubicles or offices with the ball pit balls.
Yeah.
And then like everyone got into it, but like just totally trashed their offices playing in the ball pits.
Wow. That's actually weirder than what you wrote down.
And then he got charged with vandalism
Everyone
because
got
he
really into
trashed
it.
the office.
Everyone got really into
He got
it.
really into it. Like, disregard that I have a computer under there.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
No, well, you busted me. Good job.
I'm proud.
Yeah, you should be. That was a pretty tricky one.
When I saw that Chef Boyardee article, I knew. There were a couple other ones that I was thinking of, but that one was just too perfect.
I love the artist rendering of the suspect being Chef Boyardee.
Yeah. I think the best part of that was the tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So, moving on. What do we got next?
So, this middle seggy is a little bit different. Instead of talking about like an article or, whatever, I just want to talk about some music that I've gotten into lately. So I have Spotify. Mm-hmm. Basically, I'm an old and I accidentally, well, not accidentally.
You're an old.
I'm an old. I subscribe to it, like Spotify Premium, whatever they call it.
Right.
Because there was like a really good deal at one point, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it for 3 months. Well, when I went to cancel it, I couldn't figure out how to cancel it. And
my
I was
God.
like, well, I just have Spotify forever now.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, I now know how to cancel it,
Okay.
but I don't want to.
Okay.
Because like a month ago, they sent me an email and they were like, hey, just so you know, if you have Spotify Premium, you also have Hulu included in that. Mm-hmm. So I already had Hulu, but it lets you change your billing to your Spotify. So now I have Hulu for free and I still have Spotify.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, when I go to the gym, I've really been enjoying, like, I have a playlist that's just called exercise and I just keep adding stuff to it and I play it on random. So I just get like all kinds of random good music that makes me happy when I'm exercising. Mm-hmm. And I really like it for that reason because I have it downloaded. It doesn't eat up my data or anything like that. So lately I've just been hearing about like people have been suggesting different musicians and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I last night was just searching for a bunch of them on Spotify, And at one point recently, I was also just listening to, they give you like your playlist of the week, like their suggestions for you.
Like based on what you listen to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's usually like stuff in there that I really do like. A good portion of it, I'd say their algorithm is like pretty good at
I've
pegging
heard they're
me.
actually good at that.
Yeah. So, some of these are from that, and some of these are just like people telling me they're good. Everyone is on about Lizzo lately.
Okay.
She's a female rapper. I really like her. Actually, the first three they're all three female rappers.
Okay.
I really like her because her songs are just like energetic and happy and like good positive messages about like your body and being who you are.
My
and, like,
body?
Your body specifically. I thought it was a little weird
freaks me
because she
out.
like said your name in the song.
I don't like this at all.
It's a little strange.
I'm gonna write an email.
So songs to listen to for Lizzo would be Good as Hell and Juice, I think are like two of the popular ones.
Juice.
Yeah, they're just, they make me happy. Like as soon as they start playing, I feel happy.
That's nice.
Yeah, like it doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just like viral. It just makes me happy.
Okay.
Like the song Happy by Pharrell.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. The second one is Miss Eves. My favorite song by her is called Thunder Thighs. All these people are like very body positive and everything, which I love.
Yeah.
But she's a song called Thunder Thighs, and the video for it is fantastic. And
we watched that a couple of times together. That's a pretty good one.
it's great.
My favorite part of the video is that little girl.
Yeah.
With the attitude on the steps.
Yeah, she's great. And the whole thing. There's so much about that video that's awesome. She also has a song called Left Swipe Left. She has songs that I feel like the way she writes is so relatable because it's not trying to be like, she's not trying to rap so fast you can't hear her, or she's not trying to make a message that isn't relatable in any way. It's just like normal everyday girl problems kind of thing, or like everyday people problems for a lot of it. Mm-hmm. But she has one song called Homebody that's about like not wanting to go out and just wanting to like watch Netflix.
Same.
Exactly.
I relate to that big time.
She has another song called Left Swipe Left, which is about dating in the internet age and how horrible it is.
I never ever want to have to do that.
I know.
If we split,
we're
I'm
stuck
dead.
together forever.
Seriously, if we split, I'm dead because I do not ever want to do that online dating.
Same. So towards the end of the song, there's a refrain where she just says, "I'm gonna die alone" repeatedly. And then also,
Jesus.
I have cheese and chocolate. I have cheese and chocolate. Somebody date me. That's how the song ends. Which I'm like, relatable. I feel that way too. If I were single, that's how I would feel. I have cheese and chocolate. Why is no one dating this?
Why has no one been lured into my cheese and chocolate trap?
But also, like, if that was someone's line, I'd probably fall for it.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I have cheese and chocolate. All right. That's at least a first date.
I'll come hang out and eat cheese and chocolate. Let's see what's going on here and if there's more cheese and more chocolate.
Yeah. If you can keep the cheese and chocolate train rolling, then I am here for it. It's weird. 90% of why we're together.
Yeah, right.
All right. So I like Miss Eves because she's funny and relatable and positive and just great. It's great fun to listen to.
It's great fun.
Great fun.
It's a very, very English way to just say, it's great
It's
fun.
great fun to listen to. That's not an English accent, but I don't know what it was.
It's great fun to listen to.
My third suggestion is Tierra Whack.
Tierra Whack.
Yes, you actually know this one song, the first song. It's called Pretty Ugly, because if you've watched this show Shrill, it's in an episode, and in between episodes they show like the main character walking down the street, and this song is playing in the background.
I can't call it to memory.
It's the chorus is like, I'm doing good, I'm doing great, I'm doing fine. Something like that. That's not how it sounds, but
It's not coming to mind, but that's okay.
I'll play it for you later. It's another song that's like contagious. It just got stuck in my head and I really like it. She also has a song called Fuck Off.
Okay.
Which is the one I started listening to earlier, and you're like, what is happening?
Right.
She also has a song called Unemployed, and it has one of the weirdest music videos I've seen.
Is this the one you were telling me about?
Yes, I was trying to explain it to you.
It didn't make sense.
It doesn't, but I'll try to explain it to everyone.
Yes, say it again because it didn't make sense.
So basically, the video starts with her like in a chef's jacket with the hat and everything, like close up. You see her and she's rapping.
Like, say, Chef Boyardee.
Kind of like that,
Okay.
but black and female.
Okay. Like a black lady Chef Boyardee.
Yes.
Okay.
So then it pans back, and the further it pans back, you see a ginormous pile of potatoes next to her. And then
Where I'm already like, what?
and then he's taking potatoes and doing various things to them with her bare hands, like squeezing them and suddenly they're mashed potatoes, or karate chopping them and they're chopped into pieces.
Oh, so okay. So now that you say that, it sort of seems almost like it's like one of those camera trick kind of things where it's like cut the camera and then like come back and now it's mashed potato. Like it's like a
They probably did something like that to
camera
get
trickery.
the effect, but yeah. Then at one point they pan to the pile of potatoes, and one of them has a face, and he's like terrified, obviously, because he sees what's happening. And then she's like making faces at the potato, like she sees that it has a face at one point.
Yeah.
And then another point in the song, there's like another one with a face, and it's doing the rapping. It's like the weird sentient potatoes. And then it gets weirder because you realize that she's making all of these potatoes for someone specifically, and she's bringing them out to the person, and that person is a giant fucking potato. It's like a Jabba the Hutt potato.
that's creepy.
And it like to grab its food, it grows like the root things, like. And it like they form little hands, and it's eating these potatoes. It's like cannibalizing these potatoes.
This is messed up.
And she just keeps having to go back into the kitchen and make more various kinds of potatoes and bring them out. It's very weird. I don't know what it has to do with the song, really. It's so strange.
This
and
sounds
I
like
kind
someone's
of love it.
acid trip.
Yeah. Yes. It was super weird. I don't know who came up with the idea, but like someone please check on them.
Yeah.
Make sure they're done tripping.
What video is that again?
That's for the song Unemployed by
Okay.
Tierra Whack. And her name is spelled Tierrawhack.
Wow. Okay.
Lizzo is Lizzo, and Miss Eves is MISS space EAVES. Those are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Also, another suggestion is Billie Eilish, who we've been talking about a lot lately.
Yeah. Right. Ever since she was on Hot Ones, more or less, she got on my radar because of Hot Ones.
She was on my radar a little bit before then, and our friend Jen had played one of her songs for us one time when we were hanging out. And I had already heard a little bit of her stuff and seen interviews of her and been intrigued, but her music is just so good. And she's super young, like 15 or 16.
Yeah. Right.
And she's fantastic.
She acts like it too. Like she acts kind of like a kid, which
Yeah.
is kind of fun,
But
I guess.
I feel like in some ways she does.
Well, I mean,
But in other ways, I feel like she has this thing about her, like she's maybe seen too much. Like
okay.
she has like an irreverence.
That's it. Irreverence. That's the thing
Yeah.
I'm looking for. Which is
Yeah.
just like the kind of thing of just like not having been dulled by the world yet. Right?
But it's weird because I feel like there is a little bit of cynicism mixed with it.
Yeah,
Bec-
maybe.
Because she is in the music industry and has been in it long enough now to like see stuff and know how crappy it is.
Mm-hmm.
She does seem pretty down to earth and pretty invested in just like doing her thing. I'm pretty sure she writes music with her brother. Like they're a team and they've always written together. And I feel like she is one of the most original musicians I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, she's doing something interesting.
Like I can't put my finger on what style it is or what exactly I would call it. It's just good.
Well, it's certainly some degree of pop music, but
but
it's unique.
Yeah, it doesn't remind me of anything else. I think that's what it is. Like there's nothing else I think of when I listen to it. And a lot of times with bands there is, and that's a great thing. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like I've never heard stuff like her music before. And her music videos are also usually weird and fucked up. I think we watched the video for You Should See Me With a Crown. I think that's the name of the song. And last night, and there's like spiders all over her and like coming out of her mouth and crawling on her head. And it's pretty creepy. There's another music video of hers where there's just like black ink coming out of her mouth or like blue ink coming out of her mouth. It's always something coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, for whoever's the visual creative, on these videos, it has some very strange ideas.
Yeah, and she's also not afraid of not looking pretty.
Okay.
Like she's not concerned with like keeping a like pretty image. Like the stuff she does in her videos, and like she doesn't care what her face looks like when she's singing. She doesn't care if she's going to look ugly because she's making a face because there's like black ink coming out of her mouth. Like I love that.
Yeah.
And I hope that's something she's able to keep, is just like doing her thing and not as much concern for looking a specific way. But I love her right now. And then this is a weird one that I found from Spotify, and this is the last one. But the band Django.
What's that tapping noise?
I think it's me.
Stop doing that.
Sorry. I was kicking my legs like a 3-year-old. My feet don't really touch the ground.
Yeah.
Because I'm 3. So the band Django, which is DJANGO, just twice.
Do that and then again.
And then again. Their songs Default and Found You are both really good.
Yeah, those are the ones we listened to a little bit ago, right? Both of those?
Yeah. And this is a band that does remind me of other bands. And I feel like every song they do reminds me of someone different, but they do feel like a throwback to me.
Yeah.
Like their approach, and I'm a sucker for like good harmonies, and they definitely have that.
Yeah.
And their song Found You specifically, that was one of the ones Spotify suggested for me. And I was like, oh, who's this?
Yeah.
Because it reminds me of the song California Dreamin'.
It does. It sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, it just has that feeling, and the harmonies and the reverb, and like
it's kind of like a big wall of sound thing with a ton of reverb, and it drifts. And it feels, I don't know, it matches the character of California Dreamin', pretty closely.
It has a dreamy sound to it.
Yeah.
And we talked about the fact, like between you and I earlier, we talked about how it doesn't feel like their songs like transition into different parts or like change. That's not where it gains interest. It just kind of keeps like adding things and growing into itself.
Yeah.
It's like a different approach. Like envelops you.
Yeah, like a really common songwriting structure would involve like, your chorus leading to some sort of, or your verse leading
chorus,
to some...
verse, chorus, break.
Yeah. And it taking you back and forth between like two different kind of sides of the song, different flavors. But yeah, it doesn't seem like they do that as much as they just add complexity.
Yeah.
Go deeper is the way I think of it. It's like go deeper into the same song.
Yeah, I like them a lot too. These suggestions can't be more different than from each other, but I like all of those, and I think there's something for everyone in those suggestions for the most part.
It seems like you're like on the road to finding out what your summer jams are going to be.
I think I have some of my summer jams already.
Yeah.
But I've added, like, most of the songs that I mentioned have been added to my exercise playlist because anything that, like, makes me happy goes in there. Because when I'm exercising and a song comes on that, like, normally just, like, makes me happy and feel good, makes me feel like a fucking badass when I'm exercising to it. Like, I'm in, like, a music video in my head. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Especially, I like to listen to, like, the Pixies
Yeah.
when I exercise,
Oh,
or
that's
like
sweet.
punk in general is really great to
Yeah.
exercise to. It's great.
I always think of Broken Face when I think of Pixie songs that get me excited.
I think the one I have on my playlist is the Wave of Mutilation.
Yeah, Wave of Mutilation.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so if you have suggestions for songs I should exercise to, let me know.
Yup.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing with my time.
Nice. Those are a lot of interesting ideas. I haven't listened to a lot of music lately. It's just something I stopped doing.
Yeah.
And I feel like
For a
feel
long
my
time,
idle
me
time in
too.
different ways, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I like to listen to it while I'm doing something else, because
Yeah.
I never just feel like I can just listen to music. I have to have it on while I do other things. But for a while, I was listening to podcasts while I exercised,
Yeah.
which is great. But like,
Not really
when
like energizing.
I was like, I have Spotify. I should be using it.
Yeah.
And then once
Since,
I got back into listening to music, I was like, no, this makes this so much better.
If I'm never going to cancel Spotify because I don't know how, I may as well use it.
I do want to reiterate, I know how now. I'm just choosing not to.
Yeah, right. That seems like it's doing you well. Like it's bringing you cool stuff.
I was in a really bad mood the other day. Like, I was just depressed for no reason, which sometimes happens. And I decided to just, like, go through Spotify and listen to stuff because I just needed to clear my head. And it made me feel really nice.
That's good.
It was good. It was all right.
It was
All right.
well. With that, I guess it's time to go to a break.
That was really weird. All right.
So we'll take a break. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. And we'll be back with the main segment for this episode.
Oh my God.
And we're back.
And we're back. I just want to point out that Bo is just chewing on a piece of wood.
Uh-huh.
Pretty normal.
And not just a piece of wood, a piece of like stained wood and like with a coat of poly on it. Three
Yeah.
coats of poly.
Yeah. It's probably good for him.
Yeah, there's no
good.
way that's super toxic.
Yeah.
That's just how
It's
he does.
surprising he's alive sometimes.
I'm telling
The
you.
stuff he gets himself into.
The things that dogs can just eat and just be fine, it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Anyway.
Let's move on here. So we talked about maybe wanting to just issue a warning up front of this episode because this is we talk about a lot of weird, dark stuff on this show, but this is
Yeah.
going to piss off and upset some people, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's just like such a personal, I feel like, kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and say what the
Right.
topic is?
Yeah, right. So we're talking about incels, or the involuntarily celibate,
Yes.
which is a internet community of people who consider themselves to be, like it sounds, celibate against their will, like something has been denied to them by the world. They
Yes.
feel that they are completely incapable of finding a partner for reasons that are unfair and stacked against them and all this. And they have a very specific view of the world and
Yeah.
a view of what is like owed to
And
them.
specifically women.
Oh, it's specifically about women. It's specific. Blip.
That's the whole episode. You summed it up right there.
It's specifically about sex and being denied sex for reasons that don't make sense to them. There are a lot of sort of similar groups on the internet. There's like people that fall into different categories, like the
red
internet's
pillars and
the internet's nice guys is a big one. The guys that love to say what a nice guy they are, like right after or sometimes while they're demeaning and denigrating a woman on the internet.
Yeah. I think I recently saw a post that was like guys who complain that women don't like nice guys. Like, you need to realize it's just that they do, but you're not a nice guy.
Most typically, that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about some stuff that can be upsetting.
It's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about how it started and why it's kind of important not to dismiss it, right?
Yeah, right. I rarely sort of like brief you up front on what I'm researching, and you rarely brief me on what you're researching, but this one I kind of felt a need to.
Well, you knew it was going to make me mad.
Yes.
So I'm
knew
glad you did, so I could kind of mentally prepare for it.
Yeah, right. So yeah, let's just I guess get into it, right?
All right.
So we already kind of covered it, but the incels kind of talk about themselves almost like a class, like what should be a protected class or something.
Yes.
Like that the world has essentially discriminated against them. At its most literal, the term doesn't. I mean, it does. Just as a word, I don't think it's super controversial. I mean, like, it's just taken as just a word. It's just guys who can't get laid, right?
Yes,
but it's like the philosophy around it.
Yeah, it's when you fully unpack it that you realize how problematic it is. It's because my feeling on it, just like without you elaborating yet, it really comes from a sense of entitlement. Like women are sex dispensers, and you put time or attention in, and you get sex out. And if it doesn't work that way, they're pissed that it doesn't work that way, and their mind is boggled, and they feel like the world owes them something because this is the way it works, and it's not working for me. And they don't realize that that's not the way it works, and you're not entitled to anything.
Yeah.
And it's not that there aren't women out there who would have sex with you, because there are. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, that's actually, I think, one of the most interesting things is that somehow these one of the things they constantly miss is that this is also a problem women have attracting a partner.
Yeah.
It is not exclusive to men.
It's universal.
Yeah. And none of that is reflected in their weird view of the world, which is a very carefully constructed sort of hierarchy of people, which is something I want to get into. But first, I want to go way back and talk about where the term first appeared.
Okay.
Because I found this very interesting. The term incel was first coined and used by a woman, which blew my mind because this has become such a male-dominated community.
Yeah. It was a woman in reference to herself, describing herself? Oh, okay.
Yes, which surprised me.
Do the incels know that? Because I feel like they'd be mad.
They probably don't know the history. Some of them might.
Maybe we should tell them.
This community has been around not that long, like long enough that
Past several years, but
we're talking like early 2000s.
yeah.
No, late 90s when this originated. It was created by a Canadian college student on her website. She's known only as Alana publicly. Her website was known as Alana's Involuntary Celibacy Project, which was later on an email list referred to as InvCel, and then eventually got shortened to Incel.
Yeah, incel is the better portmanteau.
Yeah, get that V out of there.
Yeah, it's just difficult to say.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, you don't need those two, concurrent consonants.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to me that this was a sort of a woman created term just because of it seems hard to believe now in context, I guess.
Yeah.
But that also, like, when she created the concept, it was meant to include anyone of any gender who was lonely, had never had sex, or who hadn't had a relationship in a long time.
So was her philosophy on this, like, did she feel that, like, it was the fault of the world that she was this way? Or was she just, like, lamenting that this is how it is right now and, like, I would like to and I just haven't found a relationship or whatever to do this?
That thing.
Okay.
Much of what we now recognize as the incel community's views, none of that existed.
Okay.
It was really like a support group type thing.
All right, just like complaining and getting support from other people because you're in the same position.
Just a place for people to gather around going, why does this have to be so hard?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fine.
Yes.
That's positive.
It is.
It's good to have, like, a community of people who do understand what you're going through.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially if it's not, like, the norm or status quo. Like, if everyone around you is coupling and you're the one who isn't, it feels shitty.
Yeah. Yeah, it can become, like painfully obvious and overwhelming, I think.
Yeah.
So, since this time, you know, like as in up to now, she identified part of her problem, which was that she was bisexual and wasn't acknowledging that, and entered her first real relationship, and abandoned the project.
Yeah.
Which I wrote kind of funny how getting laid changes your perspective on how you're not getting laid.
Yeah.
Can really turn that thing around, can't it?
Yeah.
But another factor...
I do appreciate the fact that, like, she recognized that part of the issue was something she wasn't addressing.
Something that she could explore and change.
Yeah.
Right? It's like that... It's agency over the situation and the problem.
Yeah, it was an inward thing and not an outward thing.
Yes.
Like, the cause is not everybody else's fault. And it wasn't necessarily that this was her fault. It was just that, oh, hey, in the midst of, like, not getting any, I've realized that this is something I need to think about.
Right. It's just, exactly, it's not a fault thing, but it is a matter of just, like, being more honest with yourself can lead anyone to flourish in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
Right? So... basically, another factor in her dropping the project was that she was starting to become aware that she was moderating a community that had been growing very fast, and there are people that she couldn't really help or didn't fully understand and didn't relate to.
She was not qualified.
Yeah, and didn't relate to them anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you can kind of see the genesis of, like, a good idea that just, you know, eventually you just realize you're not really in this anymore.
Like, well, you're not the target populace anymore. So I'm in a couple, like, child-free groups, and occasionally something will happen and someone in the group will decide to have a baby.
Right.
For, you know, any number of reasons. And they'll leave the group. Like, it's not for them anymore.
Well, yeah.
They're not part of that population anymore. They leave the group.
But also, I've got to imagine that the stuff that they read in that group makes them feel bad. Because there's a lot of people probably being pretty righteous about not having children.
Most of the people that are in the group and then leave, the situation isn't usually, I've changed my mind completely and decided to have a child. That's usually not it. There's usually a little more nuance to it. And so I don't think if they did stay quiet and stay in the group and just not really comment, they might not, like, be mad about it. But... it's not for them anymore. Like, I
can imagine it's just not feeling healthy to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
And especially, like, depending on the circumstances of how that came about, probably not good. There have been parents who like to try to, like, infiltrate the child-free group and then eventually out themselves, and we're just like, why are you here? Why can't you just let us have this?
Oh, basic regret.
I guess, like, why it's like they spy on us and then they go talk about it in other groups, and I'm like, why don't you just let us have this thing? Like, nobody else understands it. Like, that's why I understand her creation of the group. But yeah, once you outgrow it and it's not your thing, and it does sound like it, you know, it got too big, it kind of got away from her.
Yeah, which is a good enough reason to abandon it, I think. which she does around the year 2000 or so. So she has some, I think, really nice words to share with people that, I wanted to quote, which is saying, catching up to the romantic world is a mysterious, indirect process. Romantic connection seems to happen when you find joy in other aspects of life and then share that happiness with other people. Mm-hmm. I really like that. And I think it's like a really good template that I think maybe people aren't fully aware of when you can't see the forest for the trees kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's sort of an offshoot of the cliche of like you fall in love when you're not trying to.
Yeah.
But it's that thing of like if you're doing other things and you're happy, especially if you're like you have hobbies where you meet other people, you're increasing your dating pool essentially. Like you're increasing the number of people that you're coming in contact with.
Yeah.
And so you already have a shared interest.
Yeah.
Like it's easier to get to know someone when you have an in already. Like the ice is broken.
Yeah, it just
it
gives
makes
people
sense.
more venues for discussion and connection. you know?
Yeah.
Enriching your life in one way opens these other venues for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, she shuts down the project, right? Two groups result from this. The
One
community
group dies and two groups are
really.
born.
Basically, there's like a schism type thing where you have two groups. The one is the love shy, and the other is incel support. At the time, incel support seems to be the one that is the better of the two, in the sense that it's still largely both for men and women. It seems mostly friendly and largely devoid of ranting and hatred and all that. Love shy starts that way, I think, but then begins to
Morphs.
become the opposite, which is interesting. You would not, based on the names of the two of them, that's not what you would expect.
Yeah. What was it's love shy and what was the other
Love
one?
shy and incel support.
Yeah.
But it does seem like for a while that's actually supportive until, I would presume by this point that's not the case.
They're both bad.
I don't know that for certain. So
Can I just say, like, it makes me really angry that other people who don't have that toxic mindset of like this is everybody else's fault and this is the world's issue. People who are also going through this thing don't necessarily have a place anymore because it's taken over by this mindset.
yeah,
Like, where did those people go to not have to deal with that crazy bullshit, but still have a place to talk to people about the same situation that they're in?
I think there are probably lots of very healthy places for discussion. And I'm actually not sure that I can characterize any of these groups now. Because, in fairness, when I went to Love Shy's support forum site, everything was mostly blocked. There was like one sticky thread that was left open, more or less, and something else, I can't remember. But there were like very few public-facing things. It's probably all locked out to unlogged-in users, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that was up there was like a 3-part conversation that mostly it ended on the like a relatively rational third poster, I think, if I remember correctly. So it seemed like they were trying to show that face of themselves to the world.
Rationality.
Yeah. It seemed like they were trying to be like, this post is left public for people to get an idea of what we represent, possibly.
The Lollipop Guild.
Sure. Anyway, though, yeah. So the long and the short of it is that the community is very hard to pin down these days. There's many similar and overlapping groups. It's kind of hard to see the boundaries. The big ones are the incels, right? The pickup artists.
I was gonna say pickup artists have to fall into this.
Yes.
Anyone who thinks that they need to like trick women into like falling for them.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
So they're part of this, and then the men's rights activists who are in there. Basically, the way I describe them is I believe they cherry pick the ways in which men are disadvantaged. Which there are ways in which men are disadvantaged. That is important to recognize. I would argue overwhelmingly, men are winning, right?
Yes.
But I do think, and this is a kind of a point of contention, I think it's important to acknowledge that there are problems that men have. Even if on balance, they're, like men are still kind of cleaning up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their issues. I do think it's important that probably where the ball got rolling on this is that a lot of these guys felt invalidated when they complained about their issue.
Yes.
And that is the kernel of like, well, you don't deserve to be upset about this.
Mm-hmm.
And so this whole thing is like retaliation against the world for not understanding them.
Yes. I think that's a really important point. Because I do think it's become very in vogue to kind of dismiss the problems that do affect men.
Yeah.
And I don't know that people mean for that to be the net result.
No, I think it's a very guttural reaction of like, and not a good one necessarily, but like
It's got history behind it. Like, I
when
get it.
when the group that has the most is complaining about something,
Sure.
it is really easy to shit on that and be like, okay, cry about it. This is all the shit we've dealt with.
Right. And that comparative struggle, that thing of like, you know, try and tell me about your problems. I got bigger problems of my own. I think is partially a factor in creating groups like this.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to like stop and think about that.
I think another part of it is that sometimes if you are the group that has the advantage overarching, like the general group that you belong to, you are a white male and you have this advantage, you still as an individual have your shit and you might not be prospering in the ways you want to be prospering. And so it's really hard to see privilege when you still have shit, you know, and it's hard to understand that. And then sometimes I think when other people start talking about like, hey, I just like want the same things as you and I want the same opportunities, it becomes an argument because it feels like someone's trying to take something away from you because you only see your life and you feel like you don't have that much.
Well, the thing is also, it's important to recognize that there are dudes out there that are like white, straight, and got nothing.
Yeah.
And those dudes probably reasonably get tired of hearing about how great their lives are.
Yeah. And
you know?
I think that's why like the discussion of privilege is difficult because it's not that you guaranteed have more and are doing amazing.
Sure.
It's the fact
it's
that
a thumb on the scale.
In general, yeah, you would probably be granted opportunities that other people wouldn't be.
Yes.
And that's the difference. It doesn't mean that you have been. It doesn't mean that your life hasn't been shit or you've gone through some bad stuff.
Yeah.
It's just that if you were in the situation you were in and someone else was in the situation you were in and they were not the skin color you are or the gender you are or have the sexuality that you do or any number of things might be even worse for them.
Right. And it's also because that's a might be, it's really hard to know.
Yeah.
And because the temperature of the conversation is so high, like I feel like people don't hear that nuance that you just expressed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the heat is up.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, it is just, it's a difficult conversation. And I understand the origins of these groups because it's that combination of like, I feel like someone is taking something from me.
Yeah.
Because they're saying I have all this shit and I don't even have it. And then they're saying I don't get to feel how I feel and they're totally dismissing me and they're the reason I'm in this situation.
Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to, because I'm not trying to put this on the rest of the world. This is why this is such a difficult topic.
Yeah, and I'm not either. I'm saying I understand why.
This is still these
that's
guys'
the
fault.
mindset. Yeah, I understand why that's the mindset. This is the kind of thinking that gets them there.
Yeah.
It's those feelings, which are valid. It is valid to be upset about this shit. It is valid to not understand overarching themes in society, you know?
Sure.
And it's valid to be upset when someone dismisses you and invalidates you. It's not okay to totally dismiss your own participation in your life and how you got yourself to where you're at
Yes.
and to blame other people for your problems.
That's a critical point. That's a very critical point which I will talk about a little bit more later. But I think that's a super big deal. Man, dude, this one's a whole can of worms, isn't it?
It is. We're just like, we're trying to untangle the worms from each other.
It's such a mess. It's such a mess.
It is. And I'm trying to be as open-minded and like very rational about this as I can, because it does upset me. But I'm trying to understand, not obviously like you just said, this is still their fault. But
well, now that I have you primed to empathize, now I'm gonna turn that completely upside down.
But I am trying to understand the origins, understand how it snowballed to where it is. Because I think that's important.
I think it is too.
To talk about and to understand, because how can you solve a problem if you don't know how it started?
Yeah.
You need to address the core issue in order to like maybe talk sense into people.
And also, like, for me as a dude, like, I kind of have this compulsion to understand it, because it's like, why didn't I turn out like one of these guys? Why are they like that? Where does this come from? Like, you know, I know guys that probably see themselves this way.
I definitely have come across people that would fall into this group.
It's for me, it's almost like a question of like, okay, well, primary question, what are we going to do about this, and how do we get here?
Yeah. I am a person in general in my life that if I need to understand the why of things.
Yes.
And it's like, if you're giving me a set of rules or telling me to do something, I like, don't just tell me, hey, do this. Mm-hmm. And I need to know like the rule set. Like in this situation, this is what I do. These are the rules. These are the exceptions. This is why it works that way. Mm-hmm. And so anytime I'm confronted with a problem, that's how I think about it. Like, why is it this way? Mm-hmm. How did it happen? Because then we can address the how and the why and maybe get somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a logical way to go about it.
I think so too.
And it is difficult to do that in situations like this that aren't logical.
The thing is, even as we're having this conversation, I'm still like running through examples in my head that made me go, you know what? No, fuck these guys.
I mean, yes, absolutely fuck them.
Yeah. Well, don't fuck them, but fuck them.
Yeah. Let's be clear about that. Don't fuck them, but fuck them.
This is so complicated. This is one of those things where it's like, I really want to empathize with people and they make it near impossible.
Yes.
Which, again, I'm going to get into this.
Okay. Let's get into it.
I haven't even talked about incel beliefs yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm being super nice right now, guys, and just know that I'm gonna be real mad by the end of the episode.
Yeah, well, everyone is. I think I'm going to get some hate for this one.
Oh, well, come at us, bro.
So what do these guys believe? Outside of the fact that they feel they deserve or should have received some romance that is not allotted to them, what are the core beliefs, right? One of the most central things that they seem to believe is that there is a clear dichotomy in men, right? There are the kind of men who attract women and the kind of men who do not. They're guys who get laid and guys who don't. And
in the nice guy faction, this is the difference. It's the bad guys who are the ones that get laid, and it's the nice guys who don't.
There's overlap there. And they think it's about 20% of men that are the attractive ones, by the way.
Okay, so they think they are the majority.
They think that...
They think themselves, the incels, are the majority.
The 80% of people that are not overwhelmingly, studs or whatever, right?
All right.
They label people categorically with nicknames, which is something you've probably heard before. They call these guys Chads.
Oh, yeah.
A Chad is a guy who more or less is attractive and gets a lot of sex, right? Mm-hmm. We can always assume he is the incel's villain. He's the bad guy that stole your girl, but also... he's also the aspirational goal of a lot of these guys, too.
That's the thing that's interesting about this, is the fact that, like, they hate these people, but they want to be them.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
In the second you get laid, your friends in this group are going to turn against you and be madly jealous of you.
Yeah, right. I think it must change I know that it does change their existence after quite a bit.
But it's such a weird thing to want to be something that you've turned into a thing that you hate.
Yeah.
Like, that isn't rational. Like, if it's something you want to be, then it is, like, a good thing, and you're villainizing it.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, that's not a thing. Is there any other, like, group in which that's a thing?
I don't know. I do know that it's like obvious jealousy when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
It's not even like this is a bad thing to be. It's like this is a thing that I'm just not happy I'm not.
Yeah. Clearly.
yeah.
I just can't think of any other group that is like that.
I don't think so. Maybe covertly.
Yeah. Not as
hate-
obviously and
People hate
outwardly.
the things that they see in themselves and just don't want to admit to. So there's something like that.
Yeah. But usually it's not something aspirational at the same time. It's not like something that they want to be
Right.
and they're just pissed off they're not it, so they like villainize everyone who is.
Right.
But they still want to be that person that they hate now.
Well, but here's where I'm going to get into why that is. I think, too, is because they don't really blame the Chads.
Yeah, they blame the
never blame-
Veronicas or whatever they call the women.
Okay, so one of them is a Stacy. What is a Stacy?
Oh, there are several different ones.
There's at least... there's several. Okay, so...
Okay, I'm going to write these all down. So Chad.
Chads are the fuckable dudes that get all the
I'm going to write
fucks.
down that he has big dick energy.
See,
It's one of my favorite terms.
at least we can pluck some joy out of this. You're about to get mad, though.
Of course. So what's a Stacy?
A Stacy is essentially the lady version of a Chad. She also gets laid a lot. You have no chance with her, right? She's not even going to notice you.
I'm writing also has big dick energy.
Weird. So the thing is, while a Chad is like sometimes hated, sometimes revered, Stacy is always hated.
Yes.
Stacy is... There's never anything... Like, once she's Stacy, she's hateable because she denied you and will never not, right?
Yes.
There's another term, which is a Becky, which I didn't write down, but I had read later, and this confused me because it was basically like a slightly less attractive Stacy, but basically the same character.
Which is probably even more hateable.
Well, that's the
them.
thing. That's the thing is I was trying to figure out, why do you need a term for that? And the term for that
it's
is
worse
you
to them.
gave Becky attention and not Stacy, and Becky still rejected you. How dare she? You could have been chasing Stacy. That's why
Yeah.
they need terms like that.
But because in their heads,
Yeah.
they are a Chad, and Chad is the best and the like
They don't think
most
they're
attractive. But here's what I'm just
Right.
listen.
Okay.
They deserve a Stacy.
Sure.
They deserve the attentions and romantic interactions and all that of a Stacy.
Yeah.
They like did the Beckys a favor by even trying.
Yeah.
And Becky
Yes.
still said no. So fuck Becky all the way around.
Yeah.
Like
Becky's
also
probably more
fuck
hated.
Stacy, but like fuck Becky more. Because I
yeah.
deigned to even give her a shot.
Yes.
And she still turned me down.
Correct.
Yeah, I get these guys, and I don't know why. Like, I understand their minds. I do not condone it.
Everyone has some element of these feelings in them, of like, having been rejected for one reason or another and having felt some version of these feelings.
Yeah, and like, I haven't done necessarily a deep dive into this, but I do know a lot about this group of people. Like, by interacting with people who are like this and by being a person of the internet in general,
Yep.
like, I understand to some degree
Yeah.
their thought process,
Yeah.
which is a little scary for me. But
So let's move on to another one, a femoid.
all right.
Femoid is just another dehumanizing term to make women out to be androids or robots who only pursue Chads out of a reflex. I think it's super important to the incel mindset that this is a term that they use. The dehumanization thing is a really big deal. It happens all the time. They actually talk in this language just like seemingly without even thinking. Like the lingo is so
it's
ingrained.
really poisonous.
Yes,
It's
it is.
really poisonous.
Yes,
and
it is.
like, let's talk about dehumanization and how bad it can be.
Yeah.
Because dehumanization is how we can kill other people.
Yep.
Even in condoned ways.
like war.
If you're in war.
Yeah.
Like, you have to dehumanize the enemy because that is your job, to do the thing that is like awful.
Yes.
And you have to be able to distance yourself enough from it to be able to do it.
In order to not have guilt, you really do have to take away from someone else something that is innate to you.
And
that you're a person with the drive
that's why
and
so
feelings.
many people come back in really bad shape mentally.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of cognitive dissonance to deal with long term.
Yeah.
And that's also why there's always really offensive terms for the enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a part of the dehumanization.
That's why racial slurs exist.
Yeah.
You know, you take someone and reduce them down to like a 4-letter word or something, you know?
It's really easy to treat another human being really terribly if you can make them seem like less of a human to you.
Yeah. We're part of a template, you know?
Yeah.
Just part of like just part of a out of the mold of whatever this kind of person is.
Yeah. Well, it's thinking of them as other and not like you, and so not as worth your time and interest and all the things that you want in your life.
Yeah.
They don't deserve it as much because they're barely human.
Right. I think it's core to the philosophy.
I know you're going to get into it later, but
Yes.
keep the dehumanization thing in mind because this is how it's possible to do really awful things to other human beings.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'm going to get into that. I know what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's what I feel like I didn't want to say this one because it makes me really uncomfortable.
Just say it.
But this is a term
It's
that
important.
they have for essentially used up women. They call them roasties.
Ugh.
And they call them that
Yeah, explain.
because they think if you just have a bunch of sex and you're really promiscuous and you just kind of used up, that your labia distend to look like a roast beef sandwich.
That's not how labias work.
And shame on them for shaming people's labias.
Yeah, some labias just look like roast beef.
There's all
And
different kinds.
some of them don't. And if they don't, they probably never will. Or they might change. I know age changes a lot of things.
Yeah, sure.
So, things just change. Just so they know,
I hate this one so much.
the vagina is almost nightmarishly elastic.
Thank you, Patton Oswalt, for that one.
And
No, his was the human anus is almost nightmarishly elastic.
but I'm borrowing the turn of phrase because it does apply.
Yeah. A little PSA.
Just because a woman has sex, it doesn't matter the frequency.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big the dicks are she's having sex with, or how big the dildo is, or how big the fist is, or whatever she's doing.
Or traffic cone and so on and
You
so
know,
forth.
the weird dragon dildos, whatever.
That I didn't know
That
existed.
you did not know
And now I
existed.
have to know exist.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because of the elasticity of its muscles.
Yeah, right.
And if it's okay for a woman to have a baby and that doesn't make her loose, so to speak,
Right.
that baby is way bigger than practically anything she's putting inside herself.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't make her loose, then just using her vagina in the way that it's supposed to be used is not going to make it loose.
Sure.
Like there isn't a loose vagina. Different vaginas are going to feel different to you. People have different muscle tones in all places of their body.
This is a very thorough PSA you're delivering on the elasticity of the human vagina.
I'm just saying, being loose is not a thing.
Right. But it's a very juvenile belief, isn't it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of like being in high school or something and thinking that's a thing.
I once, and I don't remember who this is, so they could very well listen to this, but I once had someone tell me that they could tell basically like how loose a woman was, like how much sex she had based on their walk.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Which was like a really funny concept to me. And I was like, all right, do it. And I forget what they said, but it was like, it wasn't that consequential,
I don't
clearly.
know.
But I'm like, this is a dumb concept.
There might be something to the psychology of a person that's reflected in their walk. I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe, but not.
Nah.
I don't think you can tell how many things I've put up there, and with what frequency by how I walk.
Moving on.
Unless maybe it's like real fresh.
Yeah. Wait, yeah. All right, moving on. Super moving on.
That's my PSA.
The last ones are cucks and soy boys.
I know of these.
These are just terms that you've seen thrown around in multiple contexts on the internet, and we can't get away from them for some reason. But basically, these are any guy who isn't an incel, but isn't a Chad, but is blind to the system, right? So 20% of guys are Chads, right? And then there's the bottom 80%, but not all of those are incels, obviously.
So it's like people who aren't incels but don't share this belief. So they are cucks or soy boys.
Yeah, right. They're unaware of the way that women are manipulating them, right? That's the philosophy.
So, like, gay people don't exist to them, right?
No, not really. Honestly, it's like not a part of the way they talk about things. They just completely ignore homosexuality in general. At least as far as I could tell.
Are there have to be like some homosexual men that feel this way, right?
I don't know. I would think that there have to be, but also considering what a subset of like heterosexuals are incels, it would have to probably be a very small
not
group.
very many, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It might be a very specific.
Also, I just sort of think like, okay, I sort of think that the gay community is a little bit better about supporting their own.
Well,
These dudes are like rogue.
I also think it's important that like when you're gay, you like are interested in people of the same gender as you. Mm-hmm. I think the gender difference is very important here because it's like thinking of women as lesser than. And so the like same gender thing, I think, does play a role.
Yeah, you know what? It makes it much harder to like create that
dehumanize.
Split. That's an interesting point. I hadn't thought about that.
Not to say that people have all kinds of mental workarounds. So there might be, like gay men or lesbian women who do feel these things as well.
Yeah, but
they just aren't as public about them, most likely.
That's something to think about. I don't have any information on that, but it's a very interesting thought. I feel like there's so many people and so many opinions, and they're mishmashed all over the place. So there's got to be someone who feels this way. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, let me move forward a bit. More or less, the incel community really took off on Reddit.
Oh, of course it did. Where else?
Arguably, its most toxic communities are on Reddit. There's some dedicated sites and message boards. Mm-hmm. Some of its most toxic stuff happened on Reddit. The ideology... Gesundheit.
Thank you.
The ideology came to be known as the black pill. And I want to explain this because I think it's important.
Yeah.
Everyone knows red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, do you want to give like a rundown of that?
I'm going to.
Okay.
It's very well understood. It comes out of its origin was in the Matrix, right? So you have Morpheus offers Neo the chance to either continue to live his blissfully unaware existence and take the blue pill, or take the red pill, which will open his eyes to the way things really are, right? Mm-hmm. And that has been used by a number of communities, I think, to bolster their arguments for how they think things actually are by just sort of creating the straw man that other people can't possibly, other people haven't taken the pill. They haven't questioned the things they consider to be the status quo, right? They haven't questioned those things.
Yeah.
It's not really much of an argument for anything, but it is a statement of, being inquisitive and questioning your assumptions. And I think that impulse is healthy, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's why we have this show.
Right. I don't think those guys necessarily arrive at their conclusions for that reason, but it is something that they seem to really like because, after all, it sounds cool, right? The black pill is something completely different, where the choices are between, the reality of the world and, sort of like being able to move forward with like a better understanding of it or blissful ignorance. The black pill represents hopelessness.
Okay.
It manifests as a number of really disturbing attitudes and behaviors among the incel community. I think total hopelessness is a big part of why this community is capable of some of the awful things that I'll talk about later.
Well, it's like desperation, right? It's like feeling like everything sucks anyways, so why the fuck care if you fuck the world up?
Nothing will ever get better.
Yeah.
I may as well just find something to enjoy in life.
It's like ultimate cynicism.
It is.
And depression and all kinds of things rolled in.
And I'll talk later about why I think it had to exist, because I think there's an existential reason for it among the incel community. But basically, where I'm going with this, and this is part of the reason that there was a warning up front, is that there's some really disturbing behaviors and attitudes among incels that manifest themselves as like people advocating for rape and physical violence against women.
Yeah.
They have a way of encouraging and egging each other on with their ideas. Oh my god! The dog
just
burping
burped very loud.
Thanks for the comic relief, boy. Holy hell!
Thank you for your opinion on this matter.
Yeesh.
Oh god, I was about to say something and I got so distracted. What did you say right before he burped?
I was talking about advocating for rape and physical violence when he burped. Yeesh.
Oh god, I was gonna say something in response to that.
Yeah, this is a thing where they have a self-reinforcing cycle of pushing each other farther and farther with the things they're comfortable with saying.
That's what I was gonna say.
And possibly doing.
I forget the name for that, but
Yeah.
it's like a known thing of like if you voice your opinion to a group
Yeah.
and they show support of it, it's much easier to go far beyond where you would normally go
Yes.
without group encouragement. A groupthink.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like you far surpass the lengths you would go to
Yes.
when you are in a group of like-minded individuals who are like amping you up.
And that's the thing about these guys is I don't think in my limited research I ever saw anyone say that's not cool.
Yeah.
Ever. Like they don't seem to ever shut each other down, which is core to why this is what it is. So I want to talk about, in particular, someone named Elliot Rodger. Elliot Rodger, who in 2014 killed 6 people and injured 14 people near UC Santa Barbara. After the first 3 killings, he uploaded a video manifesto to YouTube and also sent out a text manifesto. There was like hundreds of pages. And then went on to kill more people, and explained in no uncertain terms that he wanted to punish women for rejecting him and punish sexually active men for having what he couldn't have.
Yeah.
This was not unclear. He identified as an incel. It was made very obvious. This is not people connecting the dots.
This is basically making incels a terrorist group at this point. Like you've now raised this problematic belief about your own life into something that really is, it was already dangerous to other people because you were already dehumanizing people.
Yeah.
But this put a really fucking fine point on it.
Yeah.
That this is a very dangerous mindset.
And it wasn't the only time. This guy became a hero to people. And there are no less than 10 paragraphs on Wikipedia of, detailing things that have happened since with guys who either identify directly as incels or guys who express incel beliefs. Mm-hmm. Maybe they don't use the term, but the same sense of entitlement or, feelings that like women should be raped if they don't have sex with you and whatever. They say things like, Elliot Rodger will not be forgotten in their writings, or they say things like the incel rebellion has begun before doing things like that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of specific examples. All of this is to say that the subreddit attracted a lot of attention, and a change.org petition was started, and after some consideration, Reddit banned the subreddit, right? Left Reddit. Except, of course, they didn't.
Yeah.
Because nothing can be this easy.
They just changed their name.
Yeah, so they tried a number of different subreddits. They eventually landed on the most popularly known one, which is a quarantined community on Reddit, which means you're warned heavily when you go in, and on every post they say this is a subreddit which is known for generating offensive and extreme content or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm not even going to say their name because fuck them. I'm not going to say what it is But I had a look around. I did a little bit of research to see what these guys are talking about. And it is upsetting. Yeah. It is disturbing. And I know I didn't even read the most extreme stuff.
Yeah.
A great number of posts focus on anger at specific women in their lives. A ton of content is clearly designed to enrage each other. I mean,
yeah.
like
taunting each other, right? Like,
well, most of the time the post's intended response you can see is that's fucked up. Like they're posting things that are designed to make each other go, this is wrong. Like, this is what's wrong with the world.
Okay. Like encouraging each other.
Yeah.
By pointing out fucked up shit.
Providing
in
further
their
evidence
mindset.
of what they already think.
Okay. Get that.
Yeah.
For a second I thought you meant like attacking each other and then being like, well, that's mean. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense.
No. It's
this mindset.
It's looking out at the world and going, all this is messed up. And just presenting cherry picking.
Yeah, and encouraging each other. Like, again, it's that groupthink thing of like, let's look at just the shit that proves our point and let's get more and more extreme about it because we have each other as a soundboard. Yes,
exactly. It's an amplification. It happens without, I think, them even realizing it.
Oh, of course. I doubt that a lot of these people are self-aware enough to dissect it this way.
Yeah.
A lot of things happening here are unbeknownst to them. They're not sitting here thinking, well, I'm dehumanizing women right now.
Now, this is where I want to get into something that I think is actually really interesting along those lines. It's like, if they're not aware that they're doing this, what is causing some of this behavior, right? Like, what is causing some of the tendency that makes this thing amplify itself? And I want to talk in particular about the way that the black pill ideology works and why I think it has to exist in order to like keep the incel community what it is. Because I was thinking about this in particular, about they started adopting this black pill ideology specifically when they were finding themselves surrounded with men's rights activists and pickup artists, right? Mm-hmm. These other communities with similar problems, I guess, or similar like
similar views, I think, specifically about women.
Yes. And those guys were essentially infiltrating their ranks. And they didn't like it. And they started to develop this hopelessness ideology.
So they had to outsad the other groups?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's about outsadding them. Here's what I think it's really about. And this is where I'm going to sound weird because the pickup artist thing, I don't agree with those guys. I don't like those guys particularly, right?
Well, there's not a rule book or a way to trick women into fucking you or dating you. It doesn't work that way.
And if it does, you've done something terrible.
Actually, there is, and it's called treat a woman like a human being and get to know them as a person.
Well, the thing is, those guys might actually succeed at getting laid more by hurting women's feelings, but that's not a great thing.
But also by trying a lot.
Yeah.
Like, as a pickup artist, you are encouraged to just, like, keep going out and practicing.
Yes.
You're increasing your odds by trying more.
Which would lead you to think that you're more successful
but
overall.
It's odds. It's like, the more people you ask, the more bites you're going to get.
The more times you throw a dart at a wall, the more likely you're going to hit the bullseye.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, all we could say...
I don't like that metaphor
going.
Now. I'm taking that
well,
back.
I made mine like a weird fishing thing. So, like, I don't like that either. But, so we could give any number of terms for it. But that's what it is. You're trying more and you're preying upon, low self-esteem and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just how about don't be an asshole and treat people like people.
So this is where I have to be specific is I don't like any of that stuff.
Yes.
But there is a key difference, I think, between the MRA guys and the pickup artist guys and the incels. And that difference largely is this a problem that you can fix for yourself? And the pickup artists there are healthier ways to approach dating and maximizing your success at dating, and there are less healthy ways.
Yeah.
Right? And some of the things that those pickup guys have to say at the core aren't actually bad ideas. They're things that for example, being your best self is a way to be more attractive to people. You should elevate yourself to be as good as you can be.
At the very least, even though it might be misguided, they're trying to understand what to do or how to like get the attention of a woman. They're trying to understand how women think, basically, and they might be way off base with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are way off base with it.
And I think they still fail to see women as people often.
Yes, but I think I agree. There are going to be some facets of that aren't bad, like being a genuine person.
Yeah.
And just like being proud and confident of who you are is always more attractive.
Yeah. Dressing your best, being passionate about things.
Maybe don't wear a giant fuzzy hat and glasses if that's not you. Like if you are really into that, then fine. But like,
I actually think they call that peacocking.
Yeah. Being a character is just personally will put me off immediately.
I think of Date Mike from The Office, Michael Scott.
Oh my God,
I'm
yes.
Date Mike. Nice to meet me. How do you like your eggs in the morning?
Ugh.
Ugh.
And this is just me speaking personally.
Yeah.
I am pretty good at picking up when someone's not being genuine, and there's nothing that skeeves me out more than that.
Yeah, just like when you can tell that the interaction you're getting with someone has some secondary purpose under there, or like you can feel like you're
there's
being
ulterior
turned in a certain
motives,
way.
and I just like
when you're being
it's
steered.
It's also hard for me to be around people that are on all the time, and like never let their guard down.
Yeah.
So it's draining for me because I feel like they want something from me. They want like my energy and attention, and they're demanding it, and I have to give that. And so
I think that's the energy those guys take out into the world.
And so
guys.
I can see you from a mile away. I can feel you from a mile away, and it doesn't make me want to date you.
Right.
Like if you just came into a situation just being yourself and like tried to relate to me and find common ground, I'd be way more likely to have a connection with you and actually form a relationship.
Yes.
If what they're looking for is a relationship.
I think often it is not.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a secondary purpose, but the primary purpose is
this
always
works
sex.
just to get laid as well. You don't have to be looking for a relationship. Relating to people, it also works for that.
Yeah. Well, okay, so, but you see the difference, I think, right? Is like even if they have some pretty unhealthy means, there's a philosophical difference between incels and the other guys.
Yeah, there is a clear reason things are the way they are, and a clear approach to either mitigating it or fixing it.
And this is the reason I think this has to exist within the incels, because I think at the core of it, there's a lot of very hurt people who cannot accept any responsibility for their part in where they are. Yeah. Because that's so much more painful.
It's the woest of me's. In amongst these groups.
Yeah, you cannot see the situation as something you have any agency or power over to fix because it hurts too much. And I think that's why they expelled those guys and went out of their way to be as hopeless as possible. And I think once you're in that place, you're self-insulated. It's a self-insulating ideology.
Again, it's like desperation does crazy things. And if you are completely hopeless and feel like nothing is your fault and the world is the way it is and there's no way to fix it, it's totally fucked. Well, you can do some really awful shit because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yes.
Like nothing you do is going to make the situation worse if that's your mindset.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. You're already at the bottom.
And I'm sorry, you guys can't see me shrugging and giving a skeptical eye. I don't know who I'm doing that for.
So I promise I'm approaching the end of this. I know this has been kind of a long episode here.
Don't apologize for that.
It's just I feel like such a need to be so careful about how I talk about this because it's super loaded, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I don't want people to get the impression that this is me trying to bring to this show, look what you guys made the incels do.
No.
You know?
I don't think anyone would think that.
It's just that you can,
I think it's important to try to understand how these things happen.
yeah.
And try to understand why. It's not giving credence to it. It's not saying that it's okay.
Right. It's just
It's
explanatory
still
in
the
some
fault
level.
of the people who feel this way and are doing this.
Right.
But understanding what is happening in our society that has snowballed into this group of people existing is important.
Yeah. I mean, if we're ever going to slow this or stop this, we have to have a clear idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
And I think probably many people do. But for me, this was like a process of discovery, because there's another thing I want to say that, like, I started off by saying I don't want to laugh this off or dismiss this as just some weird dudes
Yeah.
for this reason. I guess this is sort of like, this is coming around to like my thesis about this, which is I really do think this is an issue of men failing men.
Yeah.
Men failing other men.
It's men not calling other men on their shit.
It's a part that, and it's also a willingness to abandon the dude that's falling behind.
Yeah.
And I feel like most of us have that person, like, that we can think of, that just, like, if you weren't already friends with that person and you saw them exhibiting this kind of behavior, you'd take like 10 steps back, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would have it in me to do any different even now.
Yeah.
You know, if I was to meet someone like this right now and didn't already know them, I don't think I'd want to associate.
Here's the thing, is when a mindset is already cemented, they already feel this, and it's a really extreme belief system.
Yeah.
What can you do to change it?
Fair. Right. That's a good question.
And it's rooted in that helplessness thing, because now it's poisoning this as well. It's like, what is there to do? What can be changed? If they feel that there's no hope and this is what it is, and they're so far into those beliefs,
Yeah.
what can I say that's going to change their mind? I'm asking honestly.
Yeah.
What kind of conversation can happen, or what kind of interaction can happen that would change the people who already believe these things?
There is some information that I found on this, and this was important to me. I think at the point where someone's already at this point, it can be very hard for anyone to have any direct influence to talk them backwards out of it.
Yeah. And
Right.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
for the sake of honesty, there's also that part of me that's like, why the fuck is it my job
No, you're right. You're
to
right.
fix them?
You're right.
But also, like, this is now the world's problem.
That's exactly how I feel about it. And that was my conclusion, which I'll just say now is exactly what you just said, is you can laugh and shrug this stuff off, and you can make fun of these guys and all, and so sometimes they make it very easy to laugh at them. But they have become the world's problem.
Yeah.
And it's not getting slower. You know, it is escalating. This is going to be a bigger problem next year than this year and the year after, unless we find a way to keep people from reaching that place of total isolation.
I think that's the important thing. I think it's going to be more like preventing other people from getting there than necessarily changing people's minds after the fact.
Yeah.
And maybe people's minds will be changed eventually when they see something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I think trying to find ways to address this and make it so people don't get to that point of hopelessness is something to think about.
Can I tell you a real interesting one?
Yeah.
As far as ways to deal with this I found very interesting. There was an Ask Reddit thread about, dear former incels of Reddit.
Okay.
How did you essentially escape? Like, what was it that changed your mind?
Yeah. I'd be interested in reading that, actually.
Yeah, actually, it's very interesting. It makes for some enlightening reading. The one thing I'll say is that there's lots of different stories. They do have a theme, which is over and over again. It's when they make the acknowledgement that women are people and they don't owe you anything, and that the only way to improve your relationship with a person is to treat them like one.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds so basic, and is almost insulting that you have to say that out loud.
But I don't know how to get someone to that point. If they're to this point of hopelessness, black pill status,
Yeah, right.
dehumanizing people, like I
think the farther along they go, the more likely it is they stay there.
yeah, and I obviously it does happen.
Yeah.
But like there's not going to be like a set way. There's not like a trigger word that I can say that like snaps them out of that mindset or belief.
You're right. Well, but so the interesting one that I wanted to tell you was this guy he didn't consider himself an incel, but something like, and he was more likely a nice guy is how he described it, right?
Yeah.
This guy said all of his friends' girlfriends really liked him and didn't understand why he had such bad luck with women.
Yeah.
And it took him a long while to realize that was because he treated them differently than all the other women.
Yeah.
Because he had genuine relationships with them that weren't centered around trying to
He wasn't
get romantic
trying
with them.
to have sex with them or
Yeah.
be in a relationship with them.
Yes.
Like
That seems so
don't-
obvious too.
don't enter every interaction
Yeah.
thinking that it's going to be romantic or it's going to be sexual.
Yeah.
Like that's not fair to the person you're interacting with.
Yeah.
And someone's going to be disappointed if you go in with that mindset. Like again, if you go in treating someone like a person and just like want to have an honest interaction with them and then whatever happens, it's better for everybody. And I think that's really important. That's a really important example because he was treating them like friends
Yes.
and then, realized that's why they liked him and they were nice to him and they didn't understand why he was in this situation.
This is a beam of hope for me.
As much as it's hard, as much as it's difficult, I think empathy is really important.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult. And it's not sympathy.
For some people more so than others too.
It's not sympathy and it's not pity. It's genuine empathy
right.
that helps. It's like being like, dude, I feel it. Society sucks.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
But like treat people like people. Like
Well, that's why I wanted to pull that example because
if they can have like a friend that's a woman and a genuine friend that's a woman.
Yeah.
Like that guy
yes.
changes everything. It changes everything.
That's why I wanted to pull that example is because it's real easy to say treat women like people and people go, well, of course I do. They like it doesn't click, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you actually, I think, get someone to sit down and go, okay, I do have some successful relationships with women, maybe not a lot of them, maybe very like lightly, but there's a reason those are working. Is it because I'm not pursuing them?
Yeah.
And I'm not doing and saying and acting the way I do around women. I think I can,
It's also like, also massive kudos to the guy for being introspective enough to like notice those differences.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to identify your own actions and like to understand the subtle differences in the way you're interacting with people in certain situations. Like a lot of people can't do that.
I agree.
Like most people aren't that self-aware.
Most people just act and they don't really understand the machinations.
Don't think about why, they do the things they do.
Sure. So I thought that was a really, really interesting example.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a thing that can be used in every situation, and I do think that it is increasingly hard the more these guys spend time in the community to see this.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they've been validated so many times over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think if it's possible to use this strategy to, like, okay, maybe I'm not actually as nice a guy as I think I am because, like all these women I'm treating differently than these people. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's interesting to me.
It's not going to be cut and dry, obviously, but if there can be a situation like that, that could be helpful. And I was going to say something else and I feel like I might have lost it. I was going to say something about the friend thing and I don't know. What was the thing you were just saying right before I started talking?
Just before? Well, just saying that, I don't know if it can be applied everywhere, but like recognizing that maybe,
okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have been in situations where I've been dating someone and they have a male friend, and that male friend is like kind of super apologetic about himself to me, or like, or super paranoid that I'm not gonna like him.
Okay.
And I think it comes kind of from this, not saying that any of them necessarily were like incels, but I think it kind of comes from the same place of like, she's not going to like me because women don't like me.
Yeah.
Or for whatever, like this group of people doesn't like me because of this thing about me, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And most of the time I like them just fine. It's like, I don't have a problem with you. Like, if you're not a dick to me, then I'm probably going to at least be able to tolerate your company in short time spans, like, and have fun with you in specific situations. But like, any of those situations that I've been in where like my boyfriend's friend who's super paranoid that I'm going to hate him, I never do.
Yeah.
Like, I never do. Like, those aren't the ones. Those aren't the ones.
Well, the ones, the guys with probably the awareness enough to feel like that maybe are more considerate than they,
True.
Give themselves credit for.
But I do think it's like the beginning of that mindset of like, well, girls just don't like me, or these type of people just don't like me.
I've been banished to the friend zone.
Yes.
Hey, we're old enough to remember when that was a kind of a relatively new concept.
Yes.
The friend zone. A ethereal plane you can be banished to.
And let's just put a fine point on it. The friend zone is not a thing.
It's not a real place.
The friend zone is a person telling you they don't want a romantic relationship with you.
Yeah.
That is not them banishing you to a specific place. That is them making their feelings clear. And if you can't respect that, like, that's not a them problem.
It's also like you're failing to see, guys, that is an invitation to friendship, whether you like it or not.
And okay, honestly, if you cannot be in a relationship with that person that is not romantic, if you can't accept a friendship without feeling jilted or jaded or so hurt that it's going to reflect the relationship, then say no to that friendship.
Yeah.
Do not say yes to that friendship and put yourself in the friend zone and then pretend that anything is going to change.
Yeah, because that's deceptive.
It's deceptive, it's disrespectful, and that person has made it clear how they feel.
Yeah.
And you're acting like that's not valid or that they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, maybe that can change.
It might change their mind.
Maybe circumstances will change.
Yeah.
But you can't enter a relationship thinking it's going to change or be convinced it's going to change.
You can't hang on that.
And then getting angry that
It's so
it
much
doesn't.
pressure on someone.
I've been on that side of the situation where I am the person that I know this person has feelings for me, and I feel like they're just waiting.
Yeah.
And they're probably mad that it's never happened.
Yeah, you could read it all over them, I imagine.
Yeah, it's upsetting because it's like, I like you and I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, if your feelings are strong and you're hurt by that, that's totally understandable. But like, don't pretend that you're okay with it and then hold out hope and blame me for you not getting what you want. Just like end the relationship and walk away.
Right. But for these guys, that doesn't even register as an option, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, and this is kind of a different subsect of people. It's not necessarily the friend zoners are not necessarily the incellers.
I only mentioned the friend zone because I think it was a sort of a hilarious term on a level, and we were around to see that created and then sort of ridiculed and ultimately dismissed.
There are still people who use it and say it and believe it.
Yeah. But we get to watch that become like a real life meme.
Yeah, and I do think it is very related to all this same stuff.
Oh,
like the men's rights activists and the nice guys and the pickup artists and the incellers. Like they are not the exact same thing, obviously. And the incellers really just set themselves apart from the others. But I think there's an umbrella.
There's a theme, and I think that theme is, and this is really my conclusion here. This is about broken masculinity. It's about fragile masculinity, and it's about hurt that is never dealt with in healthy ways.
Yeah.
I think all this is rooted in a broken masculinity. To me, looks like bitterness, hurt, inadequacy, lack of self-confidence, right?
Yeah.
And to come back to something I said earlier, I really do think it is an issue of men failing men in the sense that everyone goes through hurt.
Yes.
Right? Everyone fails in
You might even say that
relationships.
everybody hurts sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, like, you know what I mean? Like everyone has that. Most of us, I don't think you can be in this sub community of people if you have a healthy support structure around you of people going, you struck out this time, whatever, keep your chin up, be your best.
Yeah.
Something's going to come along. Mm-hmm. That is, I think, the most common way that guys support each other.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to stuff like this, and I know I'm speaking in a lot of broad terms here, and I know that this doesn't apply to all men everywhere. I know I'm kind of speaking generally, but I'm, you know, to this issue, this
Well,
is largely an issue of like men
Generally,
failing
what
each other.
you're saying,
Yeah.
and not even specifically about this group, but people who have some kind of support system
Yeah.
flourish,
Yes.
and people who don't or don't feel like they do or feel abandoned
Yeah.
don't.
Or if your support structure is super cynical, you'll just go into that. And I think that's how
Yeah.
you get all kinds of extremism, right? This is so similar to so many other forms of extremism. And you said it earlier, but it's true. Terrorism.
Yeah.
An insulated community without a healthy support system is like it's just a self-worsening cycle.
Yeah. And
So
I'm going to say something that is like difficult to, I don't know, I'm just going to say it and we'll figure it out. But so on the one hand, obviously, yes, the people need to have accountability for the actions and their beliefs. This is a group of people that feel like the universe, the world, society, it's all their fault. The dog burped again.
keeps burping.
Oh, he's such a gassy baby.
He really knows when it's getting too heavy.
He does. So, basically, on the one hand, yes, this is society's fault in a lot of ways. It's not solely society's fault, and people do have an individually responsibility.
Yeah.
But that broken masculinity that you're talking about, like, and this, if someone is like in this group is an incel, they're not going to like hearing this, but
Yeah.
feminists are on the same page as you here. Like,
Yeah.
it is society, the way that society has viewed masculinity and strict gender roles
Yeah.
that has created a lot of these problems.
The way we men police each other.
Yes.
And we do, because we were trained on the same thing. And there are some very specific ideas about what it means to be manly.
When people think of feminism, they usually just think of the woman side of things, that like we don't like the gender roles we've been giving.
Yeah.
We've been given that we're weaker and we're more emotional and we're catty and we're this and we're that and we're not physically as strong. We can't do this and we can't do that. Like,
Right.
yes, all of that, but
Yeah.
also like a lot of feminists, myself included,
Yeah.
believe very strongly that yes, men have been jilted in this as well.
Yeah.
When we've doled out the gender roles, I mean, we, like, socially speaking,
Yeah,
not
sure.
specifically we, but
Right.
when those, you know, were reinforced over the years, it's not fair to either party.
Yeah.
But for men, the way that looks is you don't get to have feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to be validated. You don't get to process things. You don't have good coping mechanisms
Yeah.
because you have to be what society thinks is masculine.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be physically strong and you have to, you know, just push down your feelings. You don't get to feel feelings. And
And to be undesirable is to be worthless as a man on some level.
yeah, and if you don't fit the view of what you think society thinks is the ideal masculine view, or, you know, a Chad or whatever.
Chad. I feel bad for
It's-
guys named Chad around this.
I know. But like, it's disheartening. And I understand that hopelessness because you feel like this is what society says it is, and I'm not that, and so I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah, I think that's really it.
Also, like you said, if there was a support system there, if there was someone who was more open-minded or more defiant of those gender roles, or someone to be like, hey, fuck that, like, feel your feelings, and it doesn't matter if you're not that ideal. There's plenty of people who are like successful and happy and in relationships or whatever things they want, and are not those things.
Yeah.
Like, there's dudes that wear nail polish and dresses and are in a perfectly happy, healthy, heterosexual relationship. You don't have to be a specific thing to have the things that you want.
You don't have to play the roles.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about fragile and broken masculinity. I think the healthy masculinity comes from a place of it's strength comes from a place of love and compassion. I think strength is not necessarily being strong.
Okay.
It's exercising being better to the people around you. And
I wish I had it available to me, because someone just posted something about like masculinity versus toxic masculinity. Of like, because people like to conflate it, like, well, you just hate masculinity. No, I hate the parts of society's view of masculinity that is limiting and hurtful to men and women.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't like the reinforcing of like boys will be boys culture, or like thinking of women as less than, or not respecting women, or like all of these things are not good.
Yeah.
That's the toxic part. That's what we're upset about.
Yeah.
But like, there are ways to be masculine that's perfectly healthy and fine. Like, I'm not telling anybody that they can't define themselves as a man, or they shouldn't want to define themselves as a man, and whatever that means to them.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. It's just bringing someone down for you to do that is not okay.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of bad things associated with traditional gender roles as they are.
Sure.
And I think all of this is so intertwined, and it makes it so complicated.
It's really, really difficult to think about how difficult it was to talk about this tonight.
Yeah.
It was actually difficult to open this topic because so much of it is just drenched in baggage, right?
Yeah. And I'm not saying necessarily for you, but I think for a lot of guys, it's hard to broach these topics and to understand just the beginnings of like how it feels to be a woman and be treated the way we're treated. Like, for some guys, I think it's an honest ignorance of just not understanding that there are guys like this who really do like dehumanize women and target us and make us feel like we are not as good, or we are objects. And
I think
like,
it's more common than most men realize.
Yeah. And to bring up something that happened to our friend Chris.
Oh, God. Yeah, perfect example.
Like, he on one level, yes, he knew this. He knew these things. But he hadn't personally experienced it because he's a dude and he hadn't. So he was in a chess group, right?
Yeah,
online.
on a chess app, yeah.
And it's like you have your little icon.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of him and his fiance. And so every dude in this chess group just assumed he was his fiance.
Yeah, right.
And were so awful.
Jeez.
Like,
oh my God.
Really horrible. And that's a thing that made him get it even more of like, okay, like just being a woman trying to play chess.
Yeah.
I would have this reaction from men. Like, and of course it's not all men, but it's prevalent. It happens all the time. And like anyone who is trying to do the dating thing online, like just being a woman in the world, there's a significant male population who does feel this way and who will act this way. And I don't even think they realize
Yeah.
they do it or what it is.
They're not all incels. They're not all nice guys,
No.
but they're not all kind. And they don't really see potential romantic partners as equal people.
And I do
it
think
shows.
it's way more common. The mindset of like being entitled to something from women is very common. Maybe not to the extremeness of like the whole incel thing, but like the number of posts I've seen of someone being like, I was on Tinder and I just like didn't respond to this guy for 5 minutes.
Right.
And now he's saying he's going to rape me. Like that thing over and over and over again.
Yep.
It's like, you're not entitled to a response. You're not entitled to anything. Everyone's out here just trying, dude.
I can't ever imagine like having, so I reach out to someone and they don't respond for even a day or 2 days or ever. I can't ever imagine my next reaction is, like, go to hell, fuck you, hope you get raped. What an evil way to exist in the world, to think you can say that to anyone.
I don't think I've ever had that thought towards someone.
No.
I felt shitty.
Mm-hmm.
I've felt bad about myself, and that sucks. But I don't think I've ever been like, fuck you for not responding to me. Like,
yeah, right. They do have a term for this, and I think it was something. It's something to the tune of like outrage entitlement or something like that. But it's what all this stuff boils down to.
Yeah. All these things are connected, and it's like so difficult. It is hard to talk about because it's troubling territory.
And this is about the point where I realized there's never a neat end to this episode. There's no neat little bow we can put on this one.
No.
And sometimes there isn't. I do think it's important for us to recognize that there are legitimate men's problems on one hand.
Yeah.
And also that, like, if guys don't support each other out of this thing, it will never go away.
Yeah.
I really think it comes down to men to fix it.
Yeah.
You don't become that hopeless and angry and occasionally violent and all that if you have people around you teaching you a better way to deal with grief, rejection, loss, frustration. This is what happens when guys get left to the elements.
I think the causes of this are so complex.
Yeah.
And so rooted in like societal issues.
Yeah. And
it's going to be difficult for the root cause to get better. But I do think there is a general trajectory towards it.
Yeah.
Like, I think our generation is like, and younger, and maybe a little older, it's just a lot of people. I do think there is a movement towards like being more accepting and being more encouraging of like, of non-traditional gender roles and not being so strict about like, oh, you're a pussy if you don't do this, and like making people feel bad about just who they are. Like, if we can just stop making people feel bad about just who we are, I think that solves a lot of problems. And I think people won't feel the need, and these men won't feel the need to think of women as less than if they don't think of themselves as less than in the first place. Like,
yes,
if you can
yes.
be okay with yourself, you're not so insecure that you have to like dehumanize people in order to get through things.
Yes.
I don't think there are specific actions to take, but I do think it's important to talk about. And I'm glad that you did this. And obviously I'm angry, but
Sure.
I'm not as bad as I thought I would be.
This also makes me angry. This affects everyone.
Yeah.
This affects men and women. It affects, like people in our lives. It affects us.
I think this is a conversation I've had in my head many times, though. So it's why I'm able to like be as rational as I am about it.
Yeah. And
as understanding as I am, because this is a like prevalent issue.
It is.
And it's not going away.
No, it's not. That incel subreddit I was telling you about, the one that I didn't name, there are posts on average every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It is very active. So, yeah, it's something we have to deal with.
I wanted to bring something up. I wanted to ask you if you read it, because I haven't read it myself, but I have heard of it and was interested in it. Did you come across an article from Vice called "This is What the Life of an Incel Looks Like"?
I did, but I didn't read it.
And it's the byline is L. Reeve. Mm-hmm. It was posted in 2018, August 2nd. And I know because I've heard about it, I haven't read it myself, but it is a woman who talked to a female journalist who talked to incels and like actually sat with someone who identified as an incel in these groups, like next to him while he was in these groups. And sometimes they knew she was there and seeing their responses to her. And like that's all the stuff she discusses in this article and really trying to get into the mind of like, why?
Yes.
Like, why do you feel drawn to this? Like, why is this your reaction to things? Why are you like this? And basically what you were trying to do tonight is like just understand all of this quagmire, like how we got here.
That's the thing I feel like I need to like say as we're rounding out this episode is I hope no one who listened to this felt like I gave this a pass. I hope that
No, I don't think you did, and I don't think that anyone coming into this would think that.
it's really hard to talk about this stuff without sounding like a bit of an apologist. Like to talk about the root causes of things without sounding like
No, I think like I said so many times, understanding the how and the why is important. It's not saying that these people don't have personal responsibility, because they absolutely do.
Yeah.
If they didn't, everyone would be like them.
right.
Right? The difference is like coping mechanisms and support systems and personal responsibility for your actions and the things that go wrong in your life.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of reasons. If it were just, not everyone is like this for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand the overarching reasons why this is possible.
Yeah. Yes, I think so.
It's not apologizing for it and saying, well, it's the world's fault and that's it.
Yeah.
People have personal responsibility for this. Mm-hmm. But I also think it's unfair to just say these people are just like this and no one else, the world didn't do anything to be a part of it. Like, that's not right either.
And there's also like a fairly active group of people bullying these guys online too, for what it's worth.
And that's not helpful either.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
So do I. But it's like there's a subreddit called Incel Tears dedicated to continuing to further break these students' hearts.
Yeah.
Which, no matter how you slice it, isn't helping anything. It's not talking people out of that mindset. Cruelty
is cruelty, and being shitty to other people or treating them like less than is not going to help the situation.
Yeah.
That's the big reason we're here.
Yeah.
Like, just be nice. Be kind to people.
Be nice.
Just be nice. Why can't you just be nice?
That's as good a note to end on as any. So thanks for walking through that one with me, because you know what? That was dense.
It's tough, but I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad too. I'm sure I didn't get everything right. I'm sure I didn't necessarily, I wasn't as articulate as I wanted to be everywhere, but this is a complicated subject.
We're humans.
Yeah.
And we're trying.
Yes.
And it is a difficult topic. Mm-hmm. But like, we try and we make mistakes and we'll fumble and we'll learn from them. And someone might come to us and point something out that we didn't get right, or talk about, just the right way or whatever. But like, the point is, it's better that we're trying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't forgive mistakes, but it's a step. Mm-hmm. The beliefs I have now are very different from the beliefs I had 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And things I would have said back then and did say 5 years ago make me cringe today.
Same.
So it's about growth.
Yeah.
And I think we handled this the best that we could.
Just about as well as we possibly could, considering what a complete powder keg it is.
And also, just be nice.
Just be nice.
Just be nice. Be kind
Be nice,
to people.
guys.
Don't treat people like people.
Stop being a dick.
Don't be cruel. Why are you like this?
All right. So this has been a very long episode.
Yes, it has.
Two and a quarter hours.
Ooh,
How about
is that the longest? I think that's the longest.
Yeah,
right?
I think some of our guest episodes have been longer, but I'm not sure. This is about the longest. So
All right.
we're sorry and you're welcome. I don't know. Thanks for listening to Goose Chase.
Goose Chase.
We'll see you next week with another episode.
Bye-bye.
Be nice.
Be nice. You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you'd like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com. If you like what we do on the show, please rate and review us on iTunes and Google Play.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Ooh, yes.